जिसको लेकर अंपायर के फैसले को बदलने की कोशिश नहीं की जाएगी। बहुत देर तक सोच विचार करने के बाद कप्तान अपने साथी खिलाड़ियों के साथ वापस पोजीशंस पर जाते हुए, और ऐसे में स्कॉट बिहाइंड अपील को ज्यादा आगे नहीं लेकर जाया गया। बैक का फलन डिलीवरी थी, कटकर अंदर की तरफ आई थी और ट्राउजर से टकराकर विकेट कीपर के दस्ताने में पहुंची थी। तो ऐसे में अच्छा फैसला विकेट कीपर और तमाम खिलाड़ियों का मिलकर, कोई रिव्यू नहीं किया गया। और ऐसे में ओवर की अगली गेंद के साथ इस बार ऑफ स्टंप के बाहर बल्ले का किनारा और एक और विकेट। 3 डाउन पाक।
Assalamualaikum guys. पहला T20 मैच खेला जा रहा है पाकिस्तान वर्सेस न्यूजीलैंड। चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के बाद ये पहली सीरीज़ है जो कि खेली जा रही है। पाकिस्तान जिसका स्टार्ट अच्छा नहीं रहा चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में, और चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी एक बैड पेज पे ख़त्म की। उसके बाद पाकिस्तान बोर्ड ने फैसला किया कि अब हमें यंग टैलेंट के पास जाना चाहिए। इसी मुनासबत से उन्होंने इस T20 सीरीज़ में कई नए लड़कों को चांस दिया, लेकिन वो भी फ़िलहाल अभी तक जो है फेल होते हुए नज़र आ रहे हैं। इस वक्त 6 ओवरों का खेल मुकम्मल हो चुका है। 14 स्कोर पे 4 विकेटें पाकिस्तान की गिर चुकी हैं। क्रीज पर इस वक्त सलमान अली आगा और खुशदिल शाह मौजूद हैं। सलमान अली आगा ने 10 बॉलों पे 8 स्कोर किया है, जबकि खुशदिल शाह ने 6 बॉल पे 1 रन किया है। माइकल ब्रेसवेल जो कि न्यूजीलैंड की कप्तानी कर रहे हैं इस मैच में, वो ओवर करने के लिए आए हैं। मेरे ख्याल से अभी इस टीम को चांस देना चाहिए हमें। बहुत गलत होगा कि हम एकदम से टीम में दोबारा चेंजेस कर दें। अगर आपको याद हो, जब लास्ट टाइम पाकिस्तान ने T20 सीरीज़ के लिए टूर किया था न्यूजीलैंड का ऑस्ट्रेलिया टूर के बाद, तो उसमें शाहीन शाह अफरीदी कप्तानी के फ़राइज़ सर अंजाम दे रहे थे। 5 T20 मैचेस की सीरीज़ में 4-1 से शिकस्त हुई थी पाकिस्तान को, और उसके फ़ौरन बाद ही बोर्ड ने दोबारा बाबर आजम को कप्तानी के लिए ऑफ़र किया, और बाबर आजम ने कप्तानी की ऑफ़र एक्सेप्ट कर ली, और उसके बाद से टीम में जो है प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट हुई हैं। तो आई थिंक अभी इन लड़कों को चांस देना चाहिए मज़ीद। अगर आप 2026 T20 वर्ल्ड कप की तैयारी कर रहे हैं तो इस वक्त पार्टनरशिप बिल्डिंग प्रोसेस से पाकिस्तानी टीम गुजर रही है। माइकल ब्रेसवेल अपने ओवर की 5वीं गेंद करने के लिए तैयार, और उसके ऊपर कोई स्कोर नहीं आ सका। 7 ओवर्स का खेल मुकम्मल हुआ। इस ओवर में सिर्फ 2 स्कोर दिए माइकल ब्रेसवेल ने। पाकिस्तान 7 ओवरों में 16 स्कोर 4 विकेट के नुकसान पर। पाकिस्तान का सबसे लोएस्ट टोटल अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया है, जो कि दुबई में खेला गया था मैच। इसके अंदर पाकिस्तान ने 74 रन्स किए थे। जो इस वक्त पाकिस्तान की कंडीशन है, पॉसिबिलिटी है कि आज भी पाकिस्तान अपने लो स्कोर पे आउट हो सकता है। जो भी इस वक्त इस लाइव स्ट्रीम में हमारे साथ हैं, काइंडली इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। ओह व्हाट अ बॉल, और सलमान अली आगा बच गए। स्लिप में फील्ड कैच होने से बचे। पावर प्ले ख़त्म हो चुका है और ये पाकिस्तान का सेकंड लोएस्ट टोटल होगा, जिसके अंदर पाकिस्तान सिर्फ 17 स्कोर कर सका है। नहायत ही खूबसूरत शॉट बैक साइड पे, और इसी के साथ पाकिस्तान को बाउंड्री मिली है। पाकिस्तान का स्कोर 21, 4 विकेटों के नुकसान पर। नाइस शॉट। इस बॉल पे भी 2 रन मिलेगा। बहुत ज़बरदस्त बॉलिंग इस वक्त न्यूजीलैंड के बॉलर्स कर रहे हैं। खुशदिल शाह इस वक्त फेस कर रहे हैं फॉक्स को। ओह 8 ओवरों का खेल मुकम्मल हो चुका है इस वक्त। पाकिस्तान 22 स्कोर 4 विकेटों के नुकसान पर। खुशदिल शाह और सलमान अली आगा पार्टनरशिप बिल्ड करते हुए इस दफ़ा इनिशियली हमने देखा कि मोहम्मद हारिस और हसन नवाज़ ने तेज़ खेलने की कोशिश की, लेकिन जल्द विकेटें गंवा बैठे। इस वक्त 8.3 ओवर का खेल मुकम्मल हो चुका है और बहुत बाल बचे हैं। हो सकता है इस पे आपको बाउंड्री मिल जाए, लेकिन नहीं, ये मिस फील्ड हुई लिटल बिट, और इसी के साथ ही पाकिस्तान को डबल रन्स मिले हैं और 26 स्कोर 4 विकेटों के नुकसान पर। माइकल ब्रेसवेल अपना तीसरा ओवर करने आए हैं। स्टम्प्स मिसिंग हुए हैं, 2 वाइड, मतलब आपको इसके अंदर 3 स्कोर मिला है।
Of 6, and assessing those conditions then actually mitigates a bit of damage control, and unfortunately they haven't been able to adapt early on, and they found themselves at 14 for 4 after the power play due to great bowling and maybe not assessing it early on.
Ishadi on return to the Black Caps T20 side, first time in about a year that he's laced up the boots for the BCs, and he's hit hard first ball. Come back for a couple.
I'll tell you what, I always want Ish, those ways been in and out of the never quite had the luxury of getting with his place in the team. And you know, he's had so many summers where he's bowled well, extremely well. And I remember the series against Australia.
Wrong in. It's good delivery.
The series against Australia, he just bowled it wide outside the hitting arc of all the players and had a great series. And I think Pakistan came here and he bowled wicket to wicket. So he's got the ability to change it up. And I think with him, it's just about confidence.
He's got a great googly. Sodhi. He's not a huge turner of the ball, but he's good with guile and flight. And that one is punched down the ground. Straight to Mitchell. So you can see it's just the one. Pakistan's lowest 10 over total in a T20, 34 for 4 in Mirpur in 2016. So they're on the line here. But you have to credit the New Zealand attack. They knew what they wanted to do. They assessed pitch conditions. They decided to bowl first. No hesitation from Michael Bracewell. Their big quicks got into their rhythm very swiftly. On the reverse, and that is the way to open up the areas. A couple of bounces over the rope for a boundary.
Lovely. Well played. First shot really in anger from Pakistan. Reverse sweep went early. Up and over, backward point. Trying to put a little bit of pressure on Sodhi early on in his spell.
Seven runs from the over. Pakistan have looked a little more comfortable against the slows here. It's all wrist speed through the shot. So he tried to follow Hugger outside.
This is when you're getting to the halfway mark, Scotty, and you as a batting coach, hopefully you can find him in the change room. But you start thinking about a total. It's quite tough at this stage to think of what is a total that can actually give us a chance and give us a little bit of belief.
Goes after that, goes after it, gets all of it too. Straight into the first row. That is the first 6 of the match. 10 overs completed here, 14 off the Sodhi over. It's 42 for 4. Halfway mark, time for a drink. Thanks.
Running out there, responsibly, of course. What is the very response? Out there, putting on something. There we go, the first game. Look at the side here. Right here, so gorgeous here it is. We can see the 60 catches the ground as well to keep your eyes on the ball. Don't get silly and stuff out there. Puts this up there, who's that? Hand running. Roy. I feel like there's probably a side. Here it is, this show is going on. You're probably going to take a picture version of it. Exciting scenes out here in Hagley. 10 overs to go on this Pakistan innings. 42 for 4 to go to the left.
Players having a quick drink out in the middle of Hagley Oval here in Christchurch. Just before the drinks break, we saw this. Got absolutely all of it. And a nice reminder, there's the opportunity to play KFC 6 and shout, pick your zone. And if the ball ends up there, it's the chance to win some free KFC. the biggest over of the innings so far. 14 coming from it, and you feel Pakistan are to put a good score on the board. Need a few more overs that look exactly like that, Mark Richardson.
Yeah, and who they take them off, I guess they're more comfortable against the spin bowling. Take on Sodhi. Things will be different when Jameson, Duffy, folks come back. Things will be a little bit different. The shine has gone off the ball. They need a couple of batters, recognised batters, to take them into those last 5 overs though. So a lot of work required from these two.
Well, this partnership, they've worked really hard. It's up to 32 now after 33 deliveries. That big last over certainly helping, but these two have really applied themselves. It's looked tough going early. Whenever you find yourselves 4 for 11, you're never in a great spot. But they have really had to work hard, and now they've earned the right to be a little bit more aggressive against the two spinners.
Oh, that's nice, Beastie. Nice spin. Lovely boy.
And it is that line of thinking. Bank on the fact that when the seamers do come back, the ball's a little older, a little softer.
Oh, base. Lovely boy.
You're in your set. And actually that pace and bounce can be your friend rather than first up. It was just absolute enemy. And batting looked really difficult first up.
Well, it was almost like Pakistan weren't ready for the bounce. It's not fast bounce. It's more of a tennis ball bounce. Typical New Zealand, slower bounce but high bounce. And it does take a bit to get used to that.
And it's high into the big blue sky, but he's got all of that. Puts another one up into the side screen.
Well, my initial thoughts when this was hit, that he toe-ended it, that was going to go anywhere near the boundary. Someone would come in and catch that 3/4 of the way to the fence, because he was reaching, but he reached well, got enough for the middle on it.
And tries to go again and does. Goes even better this time. Back-to-back sixes. The end of Michael Bracewell over. It's another big one. 15 coming from it. 57 for 4.
All I thought here was 6 the minute this one was hit. This is a beautiful shot. Lovely balance, poise, swing of the bat, timing, the lot. It was all there. Well, it's what they have to do, Pakistan, is find the bowlers they can hit, and it's more likely to be the spin bowlers. So going to the second half, good stuff, 14 and 15.
Oh, the charge is on. That's an opportunity in the deep and well held. Tim Seifert.
इस रमजान मजे मजे के खाने का रमजान मजे मजे के खाने का भी बढ़ाना और खुश जब भी हो खाना का मजा बढ़ाना जब भी हो खाना का मजा बढ़ाना मिलजुल कर खाना मस्त है
Must. It comes on, they want to target it, they try something different, trying to get it further behind square than that, and Seifert lined it up well, judged it well, takes it comfortably. Sodhi bounces back, he's elated. And the skipper, he tried his hardest out there to get something established, goes for 18, 57 for 5.
क्रिकेट का कप आए ना आए, टपाल दानेदार का कप तो आएगा।
Abdul Samad is on international debut today. In a T20 career with just the 18 matches in it so far, but what stands out is that strike rate up at 146, and he is another player, looks to be really aggressive, take the game on, and that's why he is in this Pakistan side. Oh! Almost sneaks one through, does he, Sodhi?
Wasn't a bad option, but needed to get the execution. This reverse sweeping, hit it well, just didn't get it far enough behind square.
Yeah, disappointing time to lose a wicket. Amazingly, with 28 runs on the board after 9 overs. And then they'd managed to score 29 off the following 2. Doubled their score within the space of 2 overs, and you just felt they'd flicked the switch. They'd been able to put the foot down, and would have loved to see that partnership extend out for another couple of overs. A good fight for New Zealand, got themselves right back ahead of the match.
Oh, Eve, so good, boy. So good,
And nothing better as a spinner, the ability to break that partnership, and then you get the new player to bowl at. And we know Ish Sodhi, he's got the leg spinner, he's got the wrong and top spinner, so able to bowl all the tricks, all the tools, show them all off to the new player.
Well, you get the wicket first ball, and all of a sudden got a new player to bowl at. He's gone dot, dot, dot after that, and he's pitching it well as well. So, yeah, taken 2 in the first over. I think that wicket first ball, a real boost to Sodhi, and since then he's pitched them exactly where he wants to.
Nice, Ish. Lovely set, Sodhi.
A brilliant over from Ish Sodhi. The wicket and just the 2 from it. It's 59 for 5.
क्रिकेट का कप आए ना आए, टपाल दानेदार का कप.
Wasn't the best of starts. Well, it was Pakistan's worst ever start in terms of being 3 down. Hard to beat that though, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 for none's bad enough. You don't need to be 3 for none. Not quite how they would have seen things panning out. Lost the toss, asked to bat under blue skies here in Christchurch. And they would have had a look at the surface and thought that it just looks a great one for batting. You'd be expecting that there'd be pace and bounce. Hagley Oval known for the bounce, the steepness of the bounce. But it just looked like every top order player in trouble. Ball climbing through, especially Jameson getting the ball swinging around, seaming around, doing just enough.
Still plenty of bounce, isn't there? That one quite high. It's the other thing it can be uncomfortable for a player who comes to New Zealand. You're used to the ball, even in defence, hitting the middle of the bat. Come to New Zealand and so many deliveries hit high on the bat. It's not a great feeling.
And it also feels when it's that really steep bounce, it almost feels like the players talk about whether it's ever so slightly tennis ball-y, which at times it is here at Hagley with the new ball. You almost feel you've got time to follow it with the hands. So you get dragged into the bounce, especially if there is a little bit of seam movement in either direction.
Yeah, you get too long a look at it, don't you? You sort of, way, and you follow it.
A little wayward, Jacob Duffy.
Yeah, often people say, you know, and let's say you come to New Zealand and it was a test match or something like that, New Zealand conditions, and we just play the line. But when you're committing to hit the ball, you're trying to hit the ball. You're not trying to hit a line. So when the ball moves on you and it's bouncing, but it's slowish as it's coming past you, you're always going to have a little fiddle.
Oh, good piece of running, scampering back for the second. Yeah, completely agree. It almost transfixes you. You just can't help but let the hands follow it, feel for the ball. And sometimes it is that you have to have the intention T20 cricket. It's how you can use that bounce rather than trying to fight it. You can expect, especially from a Jamieson, you're not going to hit the ball a lot down the ground unless it's a genuine half volley.
Really good way to put that, actually, Frankie, is use the bounce. And it's one thing I think that Pakistan got dreadfully wrong in the first 5 overs was they had no idea how to use the bounce. They obviously had an idea in their mind how they want to play. Whack it over the bowler's head, whack it over cover, whack it over mid-wicket, and just were in no position to be able to do that. Whereas maybe if they got over the top of bounce, used the pace, hit balls down through the gully, backward square, move across the crease, maybe they might not have been dominating and whacking 15 and over, but might have been going at 8.
And bang! Changed around the wicket, works perfectly for Jacob Duffy. Picks out the man at backward point, and it's the 6-1 to fall.
They're once again sparring, not really deciding whether to go over the top or along the ground. And if you call it a French cut, it's more of a poke cut. You can't control it. Picked out backward point. Finn Allen, a good set of hands, accepts it nonchalantly. And off goes Kushtil Shah. Made a pretty handy 32, 64 for 6.
क्रिकेट का कप आए ना आए, टपाल दानेदार का कप तो आएगा ही आएगा। चलती रहे टपाल दानेदार।
Jahandad Khan, just the 6th match in his T20 international career. Best of 6 not out. Pakistan will be hoping for a lot more than that today with still the 7 overs to bat. It'll be Sodhi to continue into his 3rd over.
Very good.
The final ball of the over round the wicket. First one round the wicket. It was just on a line and length. Just didn't control it. That needs to go over the top or along the ground. Frustrating. Had played well. Kushtil. Disappointing way for his innings to come to an end.
Well, that's when you'd stand there as the batter and you think, I could have put that absolutely anywhere. Anywhere on the offside, could have picked my spot. And somehow I've hit it shoulder high to the only man within the vicinity.
No, it was just the seamers had come back and it was awkward again. They've done well against the slower bowlers. And when you are feeling comfortable at the crease, that's when the feet don't move and you do poke and prod.
Oh, Ace. Lovely sides. Nice Chippy. Don't beat him there, Chippy. Lovely sides.
Yeah, good captaincy from Michael Bracewell. Get one of the seamers back in, pile that pressure back on. It allows Sodhi to just keep whirling away at one end. It seemed that there was the intent from Pakistan to really try and take the spinners on.
Oh, Ish, so good, boy. So good,
A little bit of spin there for him as well, isn't there? That was the googly or the wrong, and that spun a little bit. He's got in a nice pace as well. Yeah, he's bounced back from being belted in his first over. Might have gone for 14 in his first over.
Well, that's a bit of a loosener. But has he picked the man out? There's work to do in the deep. Well, Tim Seifert, he took the one earlier, but he has made a little bit of a hash of that one.
Well, I'll argue till the cows come home. He tries to say that this was part of the plan, to bowl a rank long hop and get one caught on the boundary. It did not deserve a wicket. It really should have been hit for 6, maybe just in a more convincing fashion. And Seifert, who's got great set of hands, has spilt 2 today.
And even worse, doesn't just drop it, but drops it neatly over the boundary for 6 too.
Tried to extend the boundary.
Oh!
Sodhi over complete, 8 from it, 72 for 6.
Cricket.
Now 6 overs to go here at Hagley Oval. It'll be Michael Bracewell, the skipper, bringing himself back on his 4th and final over.
Really well, ball boy. Everything sides.
I'll tell you what, it's not often a side you would sit back. Oh, well, 4 catches in the park and have a team 73 for 6.
Oh, it's possibly another chance in the deep, just out of reach. There's plenty of people here at Hagley, especially under a big blue sky, that have been made to look a little bit silly in the field. It just seems to be one of those grounds where catching is difficult. Large amount go down. It's a lovely piece of bowling, that is.
Well, it's bounce, isn't it? It's not prodigious turn, it's just enough. But when you throw on the bounce there, and this is, it's quite quick actually. I mean, talking about a slowish bounce off the seamers, but it's quite a sharp bounce and spin off the spinners.
Oh, BC. Brilliant, BC.
God, it's really hard to bat. Speaking of the fielding, I was talking to Gary Stead, the New Zealand coach, just before the toss. He was out there, and I see one of the pleasing aspects of their performance in the Champions Trophy was their fielding. And the trend over the previous years, their standards have slipped, and New Zealand's always rated themselves as a good fielding side, and their standards had slipped. And he said he was really pleased to see the team fielding brilliantly again.
Well, good job, coach. Put the mockers on.
Your stuff, man.
4 overs done for Michael Bracewell. He finishes up none for 28. 5 overs to go here at Hagley. 77 for 6.
क्रिकेट का कप आए ना आए, टपाल दानेदार का कप।
as many runs as they can on offer here, Pakistan. Tim, you talk about shape, talk about approach. No preconceived ideas from you, but I guess theoretically speaking, is it about being aggressive as batters in this particular Black Cap side?
Yeah, I think so. Well, that's what's fantastic about this group, is that you can go out there and play with freedom and play, and we're strong advocates for playing the way that you want to play, and so it's kind of it's a really good platform to go out there and whack it if you want to whack it, or take your time to find your tempo. So it's a fantastic environment for expressing your skills in whichever way you feel like doing so.
Great stuff, mate. Lovely to talk to you. Thanks so much for being a part of it. It is 85 for 7. That's in Kyle Jamieson spell 3 for 8. Sensational figures today.
क्रिकेट का कप आए ना आए, टपाल दानेदार का कप तो आएगा ही आएगा।
Pakistan batters, and they've lost another one. Bracewell takes the catch. Fox gets a wicket, and the bounce again a problem for Pakistan.
Cutter into the wicket here. Khan just trying to give himself some room. Bowls that so well. The length was crucial there. Maybe just jumped on it a little bit. Expected it to be a little quicker. Michael Bracewell, we know how good he is. Underneath the high ball. Just unable to get any sort of partnerships or anything going here, Pakistan. Khan's gone for 17, 85 for 8.
क्रिकेट का कप आए ना आए, टपाल दानेदार का कप तो आएगा ही आएगा। चलती रहे टपाल दानेदार, तुम मैं एक और कप चाय।
Ahmed. And he's about to have his first bat. So a debut of sorts. First ball he faces, and he tried to run away from it. Folks has a shot at the stumps, and so that's one way to get off the mark.
No, he couldn't get any deeper in the crease there. Arbra, more known for his bowling. He maybe just held in the wicket slightly, that slower delivery. Just tried to get any sense of power through that. Got high in the bat. I think he said, oh, I've got a little bit of outsmarted from the youngster there.
Well, it's not the first bemused look we've seen today from the departing batter. Just drained down leg, and another opportunity. Ahmed, he turns. And they're going to scamper through for a run on an overthrow, or at least on a shot at the stumps. So it's all a bit chaotic out here at the moment.
Well, 2 run-out opportunities and 2 balls for Arbra. Oh, he just looked up and thought, I've got no chance there. Just maybe a bit short on the throw. That was nearly not even in the screen there, Arbra. I'm not sure if he wanted to even face the delivery. He's down there now, though. With both the drives up. He's eyeing up. How can I get as deep in the crease as I can to give myself as much of a chance to get the bat on it?
Oh, Abra guides it down to Ish Sodhi. He is loving backing away from the ball, that is for sure.
Well, when you don't really want to face it, the one thing you do is you either get deep in the crease or you get as far out the way on the leg side as you can. He's a well-respected cricketer, nicknamed Harry Potter actually from his domestic teammate. So you haven't seen him bowl. Wait till you see him bowl. He has got absolutely all the tricks. I refer to him as a mystery spinner in this Pakistan side, not so much with the bat.
There's a little flutter of that one to Shane Sharp. All the 8s at the moment, 88 for 8, and that is the 1 for the over for Folks. Lost their first 2 wickets with naught on the board, Pakistan. They were 1 for 3. New Zealand setting a tone for the series. The pace off for Folks. And there should be a couple here. Abra didn't seem convinced. It didn't seem like he wanted to get back in his crease either, but there you go, 89 for 8.
Well, cricket का कप आए ना आए टपाल दानेदार.
He's got it. That's wicket number 9. Duffy back into the attack. Wicket first ball. How often do we see it? He has 3.
Oh, he saw the similar type dismissal to third, his first one, Jacob Duffy. This time it's gone a lot higher to Mitch Hay behind the stump. Strength area of Shane Shafridi clearing that front leg. Tried to hoik that into the embankment, just too far away from it. The slower delivery going away. And a really nice catch there from Mitch Hay, running back over the top of his head. Made that look so much easier than what it was. Shaheen Shah Afridi out for 1. Pakistan 89 for 9.
क्रिकेट का कप आए ना आए टपाल दान.
Big old swing, and Mitch Hay tracking back. He's very good at that. He's got plenty of pace, Mitch Hay. Seen it in domestic cricket in New Zealand, and this is a hat-trick ball for Jacob Duffy. The last ball of the 13th over took a wicket. First ball of this, the 19th, and the crowd have been advised. It for the run, and then hits the batter on the way through. So Ali is off the mark in international T20 cricket. No hat-trick for Jake Duffy today.
I was just touching on the depth of New Zealand cricket, and very much more players are available. We've lost a few players for the IPL, but just the way that Jacob Duffy has been able to slot into this team at various points, brought back Cole Jamieson from injury as well. To think no O'Rourke at the moment. I feel like it's healthy stocks in terms of pace bowling options. They've done the job for the top order against Pakistan.
Abra's wanting to get outside leg stump here, and does so again. Jacob Duffy, he will know the stumps are in play for him, and that has been given wide.
That's 1.
Is he called Harry Potter by his teammates because of the magical way he bowls, or because he's just wearing glasses?
Well, he doesn't wear glasses when he bowls.
Well, and it's as much of a mystery to him as it is to the batter, I suppose.
Well, they just say he is a mystery spinner. He's someone that bowls a lot of carom balls, so out the ring finger in terms of how he bowls. But at the moment, he doesn't have too much going on with his batting. It's very much, can I get out the way and just try and get something on it to be able to get it for a run. When you did this as a kid, the coach used to put something behind you so you didn't move out the way of the ball.
He's got to be full and straight here, doesn't he, Duffy? Well, he's gone after that, and that's that. That is the end of the innings for the third time in New Zealand. Pakistan all out with less than 100 on the board in a T20. The other two occasions were both here in Christchurch. Duffy gets 4 for 14 off his 3.4 overs. He is Mr. Wickets.
Yeah, outstanding performance. He's just bowled that length day in, day out today. And he's had the success from that as well. He says, I've actually middled that one. I've got something on it. And I can't believe it. I didn't get it over that field. A career best for Jacob Duffy in T20 international cricket. Oh, good toss for New Zealand to win. They put Pakistan in. It was just the pace and bounce of the wicket early. Some shape. 1 for 3 after 2 overs. That was really what decimated them. Unable to build any sort of partnership. 46 was the highest partnership throughout, but really it was on the back of some incredible pace bowling from New Zealand and conditions that suited them.
Catches win matches, and New Zealand took plenty of them today. All caught Pakistan. 18.4 overs it took New Zealand. Just 91 on the board. And as Tim Robinson said, never judge a pitch until both teams have batted on it, but New Zealand will be very confident keeping Pakistan to a score of less than 100. It was double ducks up top for Ahmed and Hassan. Agar came and went, 18 the captain. The two Khans only added 4 combined. Kush still looked pretty good for his 32, and he was in the middle of it all. It was carnage out there for Pakistan. Abdul was 7, Khan 17, and then Shaheen Ahmed 1 and 2 respectively. The not out batter on debut, Muhammad Ali on 1. And there are the bowling figures. Career best for Jacob Duffy. 3 for 8 for Kyle Jamieson. They were the two who set the tone. And Kyle Jamieson is standing by with Frankie Mackay, who might be on a stool.
Yeah, thanks, Scotty. I'm definitely showing off my 5'6" next to Kyle Jamieson, but a fantastic performance, Kyle. Figures 3 for 8. You only bowled the 3 overs up top. Were you itching to get at the skipper to give you that 4th on the row?
Yeah, I had a few words with him about trying to get their 4th one. I think it would be nice to just get them done, and I joked about putting my feet up after that, but no, it was, I think that was the right way to go, to sort of get everyone into the game and save overs back in if needed them. So no, it was a good all-round performance from everyone, really.
Give me a little word on conditions. It looked like they are conditions that you would just love to wrap up and take with you everywhere you'd go.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a lot friendlier for us quicks than it was in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So no, it was nice. A little bit of swing and seam and bounce and stuff. Just what I guess we're used to at Hagley. So nice to be back home, and yeah, we'll certainly take those conditions around the country.
Yeah, it looks awful to face early on. Is it as simple for you as you bowl your stop ball early, see that you've got favourable conditions, and then just stick with that?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's, you try and bowl your stock ball for as long as possible, and then if the game with the conditions, or I guess the way they approach it makes you change them. But it's about stick with plan A for as long as possible, and we had, I guess, favourable conditions the whole way through, and so it was just about trying to get that seam up right, and yeah, it happens.
Well, how much are you enjoying your cricket at the moment, being back out in the middle?
Yeah, it's certainly nice. Look, it's been a long last year and a lot of years just on the park, and I guess nice to be fit and healthy. And anytime you're bowling a team out for 90, it's always a pretty good day. You're just happy you get to go and put your feet up now and let the batters go get the job done as quick as possible? Absolutely. Hopefully I haven't got the pads on at any point. Yeah, that's all we're after. Thanks for your time, Kyle. A great day out today. Thank you very much. Cheers. Yeah, he was outstanding.
Not many people want to face him like he bowled today. Well, New Zealand, they need 92 runs to take the first game in this T20 series.
Passion of not playing ball cricket. Red ball cricket is tough. Test
what Jamieson did, and it was almost like these guys were in purgatory.
Oh, yeah, I mean, so, you know, there was bounce, there was swing, very different to what they would have experienced in the Champions Trophy, but Duffy had that bounce, and, I mean, he followed Jamieson cricket is in partnerships, and that's exactly what they did. They bowled in partnerships, and I do think that the Pakistan batters, perhaps there was a stage where maybe they should have reassessed the conditions and gone, hey, let's actually see this out, or find. They ended up just standing in the crease and just offering catches, and we have to give credit to Michael Bracewell as captain as well. He kept the attacking players in the slips and gully, and the field well.
Yeah, you talk about bad starts, 2 for none is pretty much one of them. Then it was wicket number 3 and wicket number 4, and at one stage they were 4 for 11, Pakistan, and looking like they were on the back end of an absolute hiding here.
Oh, yeah, that's a horrible position to be in. And then you see things like that, something absolutely special in the gully region from Tim Robinson. It just starts to feel when you're Pakistan, oh, it's just not our day today. There'll be the mad scramble as well in the dugout going on. You're losing wickets quickly. Everyone's trying to get their pads on. It feels frantic. It feels hectic. You sit slightly side on here at Hagley as well, so it looks like the ball's just climbing through horribly. It's not much fun waiting to bat, I tell you that for free. But, yeah, completely agree with what you're saying, is you have to adjust, and they just didn't.
Yeah, and we spoke off air about it, Scotty. Frankie and I, we spoke about the bounce. How are they going to cope with the bounce? And it's that bounce from just waist high to full high. How are they going to do it? Jameson didn't really attack the stumps. Yeah. He attacked that area of just that back of a length on the back foot, kept the slips in, exposed the outside edge, and they bowled brilliantly. It was a world-class spell.
Well, as if to illustrate what you're talking about, here is Kyle Jamison's pitch map, and you can see where he's wanted to bowl today. Just bringing it back of a length, Frankie, making sure that it's always tough for the batters. And the one thing, Pakistan trying to get on top of the bounce here rather than use the bounce, which is also a strategy when you play on a pitch like this at Hagley.
Oh, that's the danger sometimes, is when the ball is climbing through. If you try and fight the bounce, you're always going to find yourself in trouble. And Kyle Jamieson, where he's so good, is that control around that 6 to 8 metre length. It feels almost that you want to be getting on the front foot to it, but you can't quite. The ball is always climbing through. So you have to be able to use the bounce to your advantage. And as we talked about early on, it's around how do you use pace and bounce? How do you find space with that? Because if you're just trying to fight it, you'll find yourself in trouble more often than not.
It's going to be a great test for these batters, the Pakistan batters in this series now, to come out and reassess conditions in New Zealand and see if they can adapt the squad. For they're going to have to adapt, and they're going to have to adapt quickly.
A little bit of context around this total today for Pakistan, and we can see here the list of Pakistan's lowest totals and on the list that were Australia and Dubai back in 2012. So not a list that any team would like to add to. Unfortunately, that's the case today. Tim Robinson, we spoke to him on Player Mike today. He said, look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Both teams have got to bat on this pitch before we can judge it conclusively. But for the New Zealanders, when you look at that top order, Seifert, Allen, Tim Robinson, we're not exactly talking about shrinking violets here, are we?
No, they're not going to take a backward step, that's for sure. And they have the added advantage of they know what conditions are like here. They know what they're in for. Yes, it'll be a pretty fired-up Pakistan side. I think there'll be a few bowlers in there that'll be licking their lips at the opportunity to come out here and have a bowl. But when you look at that New Zealand lineup, you look at the players in there, they want to take the game on, and they won't want to waste any time at all chasing down 92.
You both mentioned using the bounce and pace, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see these batters, because they are attacking, just using the crease a little bit, maybe giving themselves a little bit of room outside that leg stump and going through the offside, either cutting or up and over, because they do have pace, Pakistan, and they normally are great swingers of the ball.
Look, it's not going to be a chase that gives pause for thought. It is going to be a total where you think, well, we should do this. In fact, history would tell us that this game is pretty much ours to lose from here. But Seifert, back in the side after a long time, he's got something to prove out there today. Tim Robbins gets selected for Champions Trophy, so something to prove. All the way through that lineup, there's guys who want to take opportunities.
Oh, absolutely, and as we talked about earlier in the day, it is that eye to the 2026 World Cup. There are spots up for grab. At the moment, there are players away at the IPL, they're away, unavailable, so this is your chance to put your name up in lights. 3 guys, I think, at the top of the order, Finn Allen included in that. They want to be scoring some runs. They want to be doing it in a New Zealand shirt. Great opportunity to do that today.
We're going to have fun watching the chase, that's for sure. It's been a wonderful crowd. A record at Hagley Oval for the White Ferns earlier. They stuck around for the Black Caps. A few more came in as well. It's going to be a great chase here on TVNZ, your home of live and free cricket.
92 required for New Zealand, and Tim Seifert is out there first up. He's been in this team for a wee while. A few players unavailable, so the wicketkeeper, who's not wicket-keeping, running around the outer at the moment, gets an opportunity to bat at the top against a quality left-arm quick in Shaheen Shah Afridi. We've seen what the New Zealand seamers were able to do on it. He will be licking his chops. What can he do? Straight away on a great line and length. Finn Allen is at the other end. He's at the non-striker's end. I haven't seen him for a while. Of course, didn't accept a New Zealand contract, I believe, so he could go and play the various leagues around the world. I think it's good to see these guys back in New Zealand outfit, because this is the future for New Zealand. It's, they will have to deal with this type of thing. Can't get it past short, fine leg. And what it does do, it gives New Zealand cricket fans an opportunity to watch a couple of players they don't normally get to watch, and two very good players as well.
Yeah, good signs for New Zealand as well, the fact that these players have made themselves available for T20 World Cup, for the preparations leading into that. Yes, they've played franchise competitions all around the world, but still available for those marquee tournaments.
Well, this was something that didn't particularly work for Pakistan. There's a lot of noise out there as well. From Seifert going after it, trying to smash it away in front of the wicket.
Yeah, dangerous man to try and take on early. Shaheen Shah Afridi has got a remarkable record in over #1 of T20 internationals. 18 wickets he has. That's it, 1 in every 3 games.
Because he can do that, and he can bowl fast, and he can swing it from height.
It's a phenomenal record. Wonder how many opening pairs. It becomes a little bit of a debate whether there's rock, paper, scissors, toss of a coin to see who has to face the first ball.
He faced first ball, knock it away for a single and get up the other end.
And just hope it's not the first one that's the good one.
Yeah. Flick outside edge, just a single. New Zealand underway.
Big stuff, please, mate. Thank you.
And Finn Allen, really in his innings, has had the odd little issue with the left arm pace. And so there's just one ball. Shaheen Shah Afridi's first over to get through. Is today going to be one of those 1 in 3?
One without loss.
फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा खुशहाली बैंक अल्फला इस्लामिक में ख्वाहिशें पूरी करनी हो या लम्हों में बैंकारी कभी भी इस दुनिया में दाखिल हुआ जा सकता है बैंक अल्फला इस्लामिक
It's his domestic record. He's on international debut here. Was that grunt coming from the bowler or the batter? Both putting as much effort in.
Yeah, lovely start with the ball.
Swing. Lovely single at least. Seifert missed that quite some way. Backing off, which is a tactic that New Zealanders use in pitches that have a a higher bounce associated to them, that they'll just predict, all right, well, if it's on a good length, then it won't be hitting the stumps. It'll be above the stumps, even if it's straight. I just don't think this is the type of pitch you can come out and just expect to just find the middle of the bat straight up.
And again, past the outside edge. I think he could be quite a difficult character, Muhammad Ali, to be facing, just with the way he runs in. He's got a nice even pace run. He's not hearing in by any stretch of the imagination, but right at the last minute, it's all effort. It's that whippiness to the action. Bowling with good pace. It just feels like the nature of the run-up, the nature of the action could just hurry you up.
Good shot. Really nice shot. Got over the top of that one, Tim Seifert. Got in front of square.
Yeah, banged in once again. A little bit straighter on this occasion. Not trying to overhit Tim Seifert. Not trying to leather it for six. And there might have been a little bit of encouragement from a couple of the fielders out there for Tim Seifert.
You have to be careful not to get short. You're new to New Zealand, a new bowler, are quick. You love the bounce and carry. Cuts. Oh, was that put down? It was hit hard to point. Did this carry or not?
That could have been the moment, a little something special. Trying to go square, just fall short. Great diving effort away to the right. Almost carrying.
It's a tremendous piece of fielding. You need a bit of bravery, diving forward like that when you know it's probably not going to carry to you. But it was a good adjustment from the bowler. Nearly created a wicket by getting it fuller. Yeah, there was a little bit too much width, but bowled a little bit short, carried away with the pace and bounce. Got hit for 4 on the onside. This time adjusted. Nearly got a wicket.
Right on.
A nice area.
Serve it.
6 without loss.
Coffee oat milk, cereal bar.
Go, go, go with.
Is it batting? Wrong line, wrong line. He'll get away with it because he's got finally back.
Yeah, and finally, Finn Allen gets on strike for a delivery rather than the last ball of the over. It's the opportunity to have a good sighter.
Nice bowled, nice played out, a good single, great awareness. Finn Allen, when he gets the ball up there, say Chum, he's getting some, definitely getting some swing and some movement through the air.
Definitely some swing, Shaheen Shah Afridi. It is, it's just that courage to continue to pitch the ball up, not get carried away with that pace and bounce.
So quick onto anything that's short. Tim Seifert, and it's a second boundary, both of them in a similar part of the ground. smashed away in front of square on the onside.
You see it with wicket keepers, don't you? Pick up length so quickly. Doesn't need to be that short. And Tim Seifert, he's onto it in a flash.
Got to find that in between length. Just a traditional hard New Zealand good length. That's what they're after. Little full. He's got onto that. He has fair spanked that one over mid-on. One off the back foot, one off the front foot.
That's where he's so hard to bowl to. Tim Seifert, he has got all the shots. Played and missed a lot first couple of overs, but the eye is in now. His third boundary of the day. Seen it off the back foot, now seen it off the front foot. Now all the pressure goes back on the bowler. And with it goes a change in field. Third comes up inside the circle, long on in place now.
Oh, he's always going to try that, wasn't he? With the player up, goes the other side he wanted. He's going to pick up a couple with some good running, a good throw. Might have had him in trouble. Well, the temptation with two players up there behind the wicket was too much for Seifert.
It's cheeky, isn't it? He ends up getting himself into a little bit of a tangle, but does well to get out of it. And then the really aggressive running to come back for the second.
Away he goes over cover. Well, that was something different. And it was something quite splendid. 3 overs gone, 22 without loss. Been beaten outside the off stump a couple of times. He's gone away with a couple of boundaries.
That one.
He's been able to get on anything that was short of a length. Get the innings underway. Here's the last four, and it was improvising a little bit, backing off. I thought it might have been a slower ball, had to reach a bit. I don't know how you describe that, Frankie.
Oh, just so good, Tim Seifert. You see that little shuffle towards the leg stump, hoping to give himself room outside off.
Well, he did. He backed off, and I think Shade Freed was taking it away from him, and he had time to just shimmy back to get close to it. Brilliant footwork. Not conventional footwork.
No, that's not straight out of the coaching manual, that one, but it is sure effective from Seifert.
He goes onside. Not brilliantly timed, but it pitches. I think we'll go for 4. No, rather pitch than stop. Low on the bat. He's after them here, Seifert. He's got a bit of a start now, and he is going to go.
Yeah, we love the start of the over. Finn Allen very happy to just knock the ball down for one. Say, you're the hot hand, Tim Seifert, over to you. As you said, timing not quite perfect on that one, but still able to muscle it over the top. There's a little bit of fire on the Pakistani quick. And the way Tim Seifert is going, it is playing fire with fire here. More than prepared to take the game on.
I'm unsure how Muhammad Ali would like him to play. He seems unhappy with a swing and a miss outside off stump. Gives him the charge this time, muscles it away on the onside, and he'll just stop and walk slowly to the same end with the bowler.
Umpire just playing peacemaker in the middle. It's the perfect way to do it. The counter punch. Tim Seifert. A little bit of battle going on. No better answer to a few words. Smack one for 4.
Muhammad Ali wouldn't be the first person I'd be trying to pick a fight with.
I reckon Tim Seifert would back himself. You'd have to get in close though.
He's a bit fired up. He's been past the outside edge a few times, and he's been taken a few times. That's the game of T20, isn't it? 2 overs to go, or 2 balls to go in this over. Seifert on strike, and just builds the expectation. The crowd know what's going on. They're into it. It's amazing the amount of coaching you get, batting coaching and advice you get from opposition fast bowlers.
They're the batting experts.
Doesn't matter if they bat 11. Turns and walks away, to his credit. It's one or the other, isn't it? It's a big swing and a miss, or it's out of the middle.
Yeah, it's a little live by the sword, die by the sword at the moment. Tim Seifert, he's annoyed with himself there. He felt that was the one that was in the slot. He's just being the captain coming in, having a quiet word, trying to keep this big fast bowler on task.
Oh, doesn't carry. Doesn't carry. Mid-off was hanging deep. You can understand that. It falls short. Over bowled. An interesting one. A fun over. 29 without lock.
European technology से बने Dolan's refrigerators की nature lock technology रखे fruits और
All of them live on TVNZ1 and TVNZ Plus. All those games as well, double headers with the White Ferns. So a fantastic initiative.
Jahandad Khan to the bowling crease. But yeah, I love the fact that the double headers are here. The locals in New Zealand, we've seen it being used. Dream 11 Super Smash. And a great initiative to see the men and women playing on the same day. And now we get to see these double headers at the international level too. And Christchurch has started it off well. Really good crowd coming in for the White Ferns' first game this morning. Nice early start on a Sunday. And great crowd in here for the Black Caps this afternoon.
Sneaks that through. Change your bowling as well. Khan's on here. This ground here, when you talk about the crowd, this is a classic case of if you build it, they will come. Because when you had Lancaster Park, the stadium's been called many different names depending on the sponsorship, but it's Lancaster Park. And That was a bit of a stadium, and the crowds were very disappointing. Maybe they'd get lost because the stadium, I know there's about 20,000, fill it up. The minute they built this ground, people came to the cricket here. It's a beautiful place to watch it, and people come to the tests as well. You'll get a capacity crowd for a day at the test.
Well, there's nothing quite like the grass bank, is there? If you've got your option of how you want to spend a day watching cricket, and you can bring a picnic with you, bring your blanket, seat, get out on the bank, sit in the sun, or do you want to sit in the concrete jungle? It's an easy answer for mine, and I think it becomes one of those things that once people start going, all of a sudden people's mates are going, it's the place to be.
Outside edge, thick outside edge with a bit of top spin. This should run away for 4. It's all about bat speed there from Tim Seifert.
Well, that's the big difference, isn't it, between first innings Pakistan batting. They're timid with the bounce, timid with the pace. You described them as just trying to poke it away offside. There's nothing timid about this from Tim Seifert. He is absolutely after everything. Fast hands, blade flashing at the ball, and so if you do get the edge, it carries, it flies away.
What the key is, if you are going to swing, you got to connect in the odd 1-2, and when Pakistan was swinging, they were swinging and missing, and then got themselves in a real pickle, and then were pushing and prodding. Now something different, classic wicketkeeper behaviour that. Tim Seifert, he's on a heater now.
He's showing it all off now, Seifert. We've seen down the ground, we've seen off the back foot, we've seen offside, we've seen onside. Now it's the innovation into the scoop. There might be a few players in this Pakistan lineup who are watching the way he's playing and thinking, well, that's got to be the idea going forward. Learn a few things off the home players about home conditions. He just looks really clear in the way he wants to go about things, Tim Seifert. There's no in-between. There's no half and half. It is all attack.
So strong as well. This is a good stop. But you can just have a look at this. This is Pakistan just pushing at the ball. They're just rattled by the bounce that was there. Seifert, though, climbing into it. There's no in between. And yeah, he's played and missed a few. But he's hit enough as well. And fortune favours. Oh, hello. Phil Allen wants to go as well. The forgotten man in this partnership, saying, don't forget me. What a beauty that was. 45 without loss after 5.
Finn Allen standards and a bit of spin. And you're just in time, Katie Martin, your man, Upper Ahmed, into the bowling attack. Some mystery spin, a few Karen balls. We'll see what he can muster. And this is 8th T20 International. Good average. Best of 3 for 28.
He was listed as a leg spin bowler, something that he's tried a lot more, especially in one-day international cricket, but we will be seeing all the variations, no doubt.
Kasprick wing flap starters run up too. Upper Ahmed.
copied his bowling off Sunil Narayan, who's the West Indies legend, plays in the IPL. Narayan for KKR will form now. You know what he has, those tricks.
Down the ground, he's undercut this as Tim Seifert, but he's still got plenty of it, and that has sailed over the Hospo tents for 6.
Unbelievable shot. Just looking at using the cross bat as the 50 comes up for New Zealand. Just that cross bat into it just allows him to create the power. He is so strong all around the ground, and well, he's played most franchise cricket out of all of these black caps, and you can just see the experience that he's got in the format.
Well, not only has he played a lot of franchise cricket, Katie, but he's played in various leagues around the world. He's probably had the most varied T20 franchise career. Just a comparison, Pakistan were 13 for 4 at the same stage in their innings.
I still can't believe that Finn Allen has only faced 6 deliveries. It's sort of like you face one end and I'll take a run off the last ball and then we'll go again.
There's a heave at that. It's into space, but it should just be a couple, and they're going to come back. There was a brief hesitation from Tim Seifert. No such thing from Finn Allen, who is playing a genuine support role here.
I almost feel like this is a position in terms of the most competition for New Zealand is who's actually going to be the wicketkeeper in that T20 World Cup in India next year.
Yeah! Has a swipe, and he's gone. Went after it, and Abraz got his man. Tim Seifert, who was looking very good to start this innings, has to go. 44 of 29 deliveries, but this one just climbed on him. There's the carom.
That is an outstanding catch. The hardest ones when you're standing up to a spinner is being able to stay low enough for that bottom edge. Fantastic piece of work. That's the variations we've talked about. Fast innings from Seifert. He's out for 44, 53 for 1. Allows it just to drift and dip back in. Tim Seifert looking to actually hit that square up. Had so much success down the ground.
Tim Robinson talked about shapes and how to play on this pitch and keeping in good shape. He's on strike. He's got great hand speed through the shot, Tim Robinson. He said you can play with the cross bat. If you're going to play with a straight bat, make sure your shape is good. 53 for 1. Shut-up Khan and Shane Shah Freddie, I think, account for around about 180 of the 270 caps that the squad can muster. Different challenge now for Finn Allen, and he's found the gap.
Yeah, great piece of timing. Just too short from Shadib Khan, his first delivery out. His lengths are okay in Pakistan, but just a little bit short, and sits up even more here at Hagley Oval. He had all the time in the world there, Finn Allen, to put that through that gap. We've seen a lot more traditional shots from Finn Allen against the spinners. When he first come into the Black Cap side, it was very much the reverse sweep. As I say that, he's probably going to pull it out next delivery.
That's pulled. Well, in front of squares. I think he looks good. I mean, he's playing that shot well. You can sense he's got his timing in, Finn Allen. You just notice, I know it's a small sample size, making it through the power play, having faced just 6 balls in that power play. But he just looks like he's just slowed down a little. Just playing through the shot rather than trying to hit every ball to Rangi order.
Yeah, good ball.
Yeah, always his challenge, and especially one-day cricket, when he got the opportunity for a long period of time there to be the opener, was how he found the tempo and rhythm of his batting innings. And I think the more he plays in terms of T20 cricket in different conditions, you just learn how to assess those, and then what are your options. He's always going to have quick hand speed. He's very good down the ground. We saw that record runs that he scored in Dunedin last summer, I think it was. At the moment, he's just not going to play the spinner off the back foot. He's got good long extension in the way that he plays, but a lot more maturity around his play.
That's a nice delivery to finish the over, but Tim Robinson's up for it. New Zealand need 31.
Cricket ka cup aaye na aaye, tapal.
One, Yaje. No.
It's a really good opportunity too throughout the series with a couple of big names only due back for games 4 and 5. So working through some of the bowlers who are coming back to full bowling loads. Giving Zach Folks another look in today. Jacob Duffy, who was taken to Pakistan, first of all as emergency cover and then as cover for the Champions Trophy team. So he's come back looking hungry for opportunity, and wickets took 4 for today. I think it would be fair to say it's hard to remember a time, and people have talked about the golden generation of New Zealand cricket, certainly between 2015 and perhaps 2019, but I think it actually continues, and it's exciting to see depth.